You know that feeling when you're trying to do everything right, you're putting in the work, but life just keeps throwing curveballs at you? Well, today we're going to dive into a really powerful, ancient concept that's all about navigating those exact moments.
I mean, it's a question we all ask, right? Why is it so hard sometimes, even when we're trying our best? We plan everything out, we put in the effort, and still, things just don't go the way we hoped. It can be super frustrating, even make you feel like giving up. But what if there's a totally different way to look at this whole thing? And that's where we get to the heart of what we're talking about today. The key to this whole new perspective is a concept called tawakkul. Now, really getting a handle on this can, and I mean this, it can completely change how you see everything, not just your struggles, but your successes too.
So what is tawakkul exactly? Well, at its core, it's this idea of complete and total trust in God's plan. But, and this is super important, it's not about just sitting back and doing nothing. Not at all. It's actually an active trust. It's about doing everything you possibly can, tying your camel, so to speak, and then trusting that the final outcome is in the hands of a wisdom that's way, way bigger than ours.
And when you start to think like that, it just reframes everything, doesn't it? Life stops feeling like this chaotic, random mess of events. Instead, every single thing that happens to you, the good stuff you're given and the stuff that gets taken away, it's all part of a test. A test that's there to help you grow, to shape you, to make you stronger. Okay, so this brings us to the really crucial part. It's all about learning to trust a plan that we can't see. And let's be honest, that's the hard part, right? It means we have to accept that there's a wisdom at play here that's just completely beyond our limited human point of view. And this idea is captured so perfectly here. You might hate something, but it's actually good for you. And on the flip side, you might love something that's actually really bad for you. I mean, think about it in your own life for a second. How many times did you get something you thought you wanted and it turned into a total headache? Or something you were dreading ended up being the best thing that ever happened? It happens all the time.
And this quote just nails it. Allah knows, and you do not know. It's simple, but so profound. It's humbling, for sure, but it's also incredibly liberating. It reminds us that what we see is just this tiny little pixel in a giant, high-definition screen. We might be upset about something we lost, not realizing that it was actually protecting us from something far worse down the road.
Now, this isn't just some nice, abstract theory. This is a real, lived principle. And the proof is in some of the most incredible stories ever told. So let's take a look at how the prophets themselves lived this idea of absolute trust, even when the odds were completely stacked against them.
Okay, just try to put yourself in the situation for a second. The ultimate test. Prophet Ibrahim is literally being thrown into a blazing fire, and for what? For his beliefs. That's it. In that one moment, that moment of pure crisis, he had a choice to make. Panic and despair, or go all in on trust.
And what happened next was nothing short of a miracle. Because of that absolute, unwavering trust, his tawakkul, the fire became cool and safe. Just like that. It's just an incredible example of how profound faith can literally change the reality of the most terrifying situation.
And if we're looking for the ultimate example, the perfection of this trust, we look to the life of Prophet Muhammad. I mean, he went through it all. Persecution, incredible loss, moments where it felt like the entire world had turned against him, and through all of it, his reliance on God's plan never, ever weakened. His life is basically a masterclass in what tawakkul looks like.
All right, so we've heard these incredible stories, but the big question is, how do we bring this into our own lives? Because it's one thing to talk about prophets and miracles, but this whole idea is meant to be super personal and practical for every single one of us, right here, right now. So let's just pause and think about this question for a second. The same power that created the entire universe, we're talking galaxies, supernovas, the whole shebang, do we really think that our problems, whatever they are too big for that power to handle? When you put it in perspective like that, it kind of seems silly to even think so, doesn't it?
Okay, so what does this look like day to day? It really breaks down into 3 simple but powerful steps. Number 1, you put your complete 100% trust in Allah. Number 2, you keep making dua, you keep asking for help and guidance. And number 3, this is the part people forget, you keep putting in your effort. You have to do your part. Remember, tawakkul is always trust plus action. And when you get those 3 things working together, that trust, that prayer, and your own hard work, that's when you unlock the big promise behind this whole idea.
This is what happens. You'll see doors start to open that you never, ever imagined were even there. See, true tawakkul isn't just about fixing the problems you already know about. It's about opening up whole new pathways, new opportunities that you couldn't have even dreamed of on your own.
And really, this is the ultimate payoff. Miracles happen. I'm serious. When we can finally let go of that need to control everything and just trust in a wisdom that's so much greater than our own, the results can be, well, they can go beyond what we think is possible. Just like that fire that turned cool for Prophet Ibrahim, our own impossible situations can be completely transformed.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought to chew on. If you really truly embraced this kind of trust,